The Education and Training Show on Stray Extra.
So, from higher education to first steps in education, dropping your child off at nursery for the very first time can be a really tough thing to do. We welcome Shelley Briggs and Kate Plews from Sunbeams Day Nursery in Harrogate. They spoke to Stray Extra's Rachel Hoy earlier to give advice on how to deal with separation anxiety. Shelley Briggs has this great advice.
So the best thing that you can do as a parent is discuss all your concerns with us. No matter what's happening at home, everything, we need to know about everything. Just discuss all your concerns, no matter what they are. If your child's a picky eater, if you're worried about how they're going to sleep at nursery, everything, the fact that you don't want to leave them, how you calm your baby down, everything, just talk to us about it. We can support you through every single thing. A few steps that you can take in the process to leading up to your child coming to nursery is practice separation. So in the months or weeks leading up to your child's first day, try leaving your child with maybe a family member or a friend, just for brief periods of time to start with, just to introduce them to the fact that, you and your child are both going to be separated. So introduce them to this. Another good thing you can do is develop a really good goodbye routine. So routines are so reassuring for the children. Something simple such as waving through the window or kissing them goodbye and then leaving. The baby or the young child really learns routines really quickly, and they know what's going to happen when the routine comes into place. Another good thing is to try to leave without the fanfare. Tell your child you're going and then go. Don't stall. The stalling really gives the children mixed signals and it breaks them from the routine.
Yeah, I mean, that's quite an important thing, because you kind of think, oh, well, I'm giving them extra 5 minutes or something, being with them, and that will calm them down. It's not really. It's kind of giving them an idea, oh, I'm staying, but then I'm going to go away again, and that's just going to upset them even more, isn't it?
Yeah, it has the opposite effect. It just totally confuses them. Are they staying at nursery? Are they not? Is the parent staying and are they not? It just confusion all round. It's just great to develop a routine, a kiss goodbye and go. The great thing we've got at Sunbeams, we've got observation windows in every room, so the parent can stand outside the room and look through the observation window, just to watch their child. They can stay 5-10 minutes, they can pop in on the lunch break at work, whatever they want to do, just so they're reassured that their child is safe, secure and settled in the nursery.
I think that would reassure many, many, many parents, and I bet a lot of nurseries don't actually have that facility. No, that's one good thing about Sunbeams. It is designed for the children. With Kate being a health visitor, the nursery was fully designed on the specification of the child and the parents. We've got them in every one of our nurseries, the viewing panels, and they're fantastic.
And remember that the child has no concept of time. So if you say 10 minutes to an adult, we roughly know what 10 minutes is going to be. So what we do at Sunbeams is when we're working with the child, we first of all link very closely with one member of staff. What we then do is we very much then encourage them to go out and play a little bit further. So it's that nurturing that happens. And we talk to the child in things they can understand if it's an odd. So we would say, Mummy will be back after dinner. Mummy will be back after snack. We're going to read a story and then Mummy will be back. So it's things they understand rather than saying, Mummy will be back in half an hour. Because that is very difficult. Understand. The concept of time is not developed until the child is much older.
Okay, and how long, roughly, I mean, all children are different, but how long does it take for a child to grow out of this?
Well, I would actually say you can't really say that because each child is an individual and each family member is. And it's really surprising working with children how we have for so many years that some children come and they really struggle in the beginning and then all of a sudden it just clicks and they feel secure and happy. What we would do is we will always tell you. We are always honest at Sunbeams. We will tell you whether your child is having difficulty and what we're going to do about it and to help you and to encourage that. So I think it's a difficult question, that, Shelley, isn't it?
Yeah. The best thing we could say really is, as a parent, you have to be the best actress out there. You really do. You try not to let your emotions show. Research does show that children are susceptible to parents' feelings. So if your child sees you happy, they're going to be more happy and content in themselves when the parent does leave. If you talk positively about the nursery, both at home and on the way to nursery, the child will be much more reassured than seeing the parent upset. And we know it's so difficult for parents. I've been there, Kate's been there, we're both mums. We know it's so difficult letting your child settle into another nursery with a practical stranger. It is hard, but we know what we're doing. We will support the parent and we're there for the child 100%.
They are in good hands, aren't they? Very good hands. And also, I mean, the traditional... a kid taking a teddy with them, or a toy that they like, or a blanket. It's something from home that's actually in an unfamiliar environment, and that helps them no end, doesn't it?
Yeah, we call this a transitional object, and this is where they do have an object that comes with them, and it smells of home, and it's the same as home, and that's good to actually bring that with them.
Yeah.
And again, that does help. That's another trick of the trade.
Yeah, again, research there shows that around 60% of children adopt such objects. And they settle better because of this. It's a reassuring feeling. It smells of home. It's familiar. The child settles so much better sometimes with the transitional object.
Okay, and I guess it's important for the child to actually look around the nursery with you when you're looking at nurseries.
Yes, very much so. We do encourage that. And our settling in visits that we have once you've chose us as a nursery is very important. And really, the child, we have other things as well. We have the open days, but we also have stay and play, so the mum can actually come and watch their child at play in nursery, on days that are pre-arranged. So that's a good opportunity as well. But yeah, as soon as the child sees the nursery, it's familiar, but it's getting more and more familiar with it, yes. And also grandparents and everybody else in the extended family can come too.
Oh, and of course you guys have an open day very soon.
Yeah, it's actually our open week this week, 7th to the 10th of April. So we're running it daily, and it's sessions where you can come along with your child. It just gives you an insight into nursery life. You can see how your child responds to the nursery environment, see how they respond to other children, other adults. See what we offer as a nursery, see what we do, see the type of activities that we do. But yeah, it's on every day this week, so there's more information on our website and on our Facebook page at sunbeamsdaynursery.com.
The other thing to look at as well is when you're choosing nursery to actually look at the key worker system as well, because that's important for settling a child. The key worker system works really closely that your child has a key worker that they associate with, and we'll discuss everything with you, so you can actually talk to them as well about how the child is settling, how your child is settling at nursery.
It's someone who knows your child better than anybody else in that nursery, so they'll know the likes, the dislikes, how they sleep, how they get off to sleep, how often they sleep. They'll know everything, the type of food they have, how they have it, are they weaning, are they on solids, everything. They'll know every single thing about your child, what settles them, what upsets them, noises, things like that. The key worker's a really, really good person to form the bond with the parent and the child.
And again, that just reassures both parent and child, knowing that there's someone there who knows the child, who knows the parent, and is just able to just get on with things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Because, the key worker becomes a primary carer in place of the parent, really, when the child's at nursery. And it's just reassuring for the child and reassuring for the parent.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for coming in.
No, thank you.
Stray Extra.